Hi everyone, welcome in. Today I'm still working on the blanket. I'm planning on um, posting it tomorrow to send it tomorrow. And so yeah, I'll be going to the post office. I'll block it during the night. I only have a few rounds left to do. So as you can see here, I'm in the green. So after that green is done, I only have this little bit left here and then a full skein. But after that's done, the blanket should be ready. So I'm gonna block it overnight and send it tomorrow. And so yeah, um, so today nothing too stressful, nothing. Well, I might talk about some personal things, but we're not putting pressure on ourselves to be entertaining and to maintain decorum, if I can say it like that. Not really decorum, but like I'm not gonna try to be super mix entertainer, if that makes any sense. I've been accepted to test a pattern, which is the. Wait, I'm just gonna look up the name for you real quick. It's like a blood drip scarf pattern. It's by Nessa Knots, and her pattern is really cool. I've been wanting. Oh, okay, it's the blood drip scarf. I've been wanting to get in on one of her testings. For a while now, so I'm happy that I've been chosen for that. But look at that beauty. She's a beauty, but I'm talking about the scarf. Look at how cool this is. And so I want to make that. And mine is probably gonna be green, just because that's what I wanted to do. Uh, and I might do that like I wanted green and purple, but that might be green and black just because it's what I have. But we'll see. We'll see about that. It would be interesting with purple. So, and the skeins are only $5, and I think I need to buy like two or three because for the body of the scarf you need obviously a little bit more yarn. But now I'm thinking I could actually make it in the colors I wanted because most of her scarf is red. I thought the main color would have been the black she has, but now that I think of it, it's only this, like this big, so I could actually make it in green and purple. I would be using the Chunky Monkey yarn. I have a few skeins that I'm keeping for myself, so I could be using that, and I think it would be pretty great. I'll show you actually, just um, getting through the yarn I put on my desk. So I'm just gonna do a bunch of these here until that's done, just because I don't want to mess it up by getting up. So just gonna do this for a little while. After that, I'll show you. It's really soft and it's nice. So like, I think it would be ideal. It's an anti-peeling acrylic, anti-peeling acrylic. So I love premium acrylic. I love anti-peeling stuff. I struggle with the pronunciation of that word. Just a second. I'm gonna blow my nose because it's stuffy and you can hear it when I talk. I talk with my nose a little bit like that. So I'm just gonna do that in a second here. I'm sorry. I'm gonna mute myself first. I'm trying to undo a tangle right now, and I can't cut that because I need it for my commission. So I have to untangle it first. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit focused right now. But as I said, yeah, I don't want to be super entertainer all the time. It's far too stressful for me, and I don't give my best performance when I'm this way. And that's what I've been doing the last few times, and people have been really like trying to get my attention and be really intense. And I appreciate, of course, the interaction. Just saying, like, I'm a human who struggles with that stuff. Like, being neurodivergent, sometimes it can be tricky and it can be a lot to deal with. So I'm just gonna try to take it more easy from now on, if that makes sense. Okay, just a second. Gonna Okay, I'm sorry. Um, and now my nose is itchy. Okay, I'll be quick. I'll just scratch that. Mm, okay. Yeah, it's so annoying when you have a lot of mucus because it gets in your mouth. Ugh, I hate that. I'm sorry for the TMI. Just allergy stuff. I'm almost done with this though, so I won't be having tons of allergic reactions anymore, which is great. Really, I can't wait to be completely done with this. I know I've been saying it a lot, but that's just the way it is. And oh, right now I'm listening to Skinny Puppy, and I put on the whole um, albums, like all of them, in list. Anyway, no, but what I mean is like I didn't make a playlist or anything. I'm on the media player, well, on my phone, the Samsung thingy where you play your music, and I didn't put a particular one. I just started the first song on the whole list of the artists, and so it's going through all the albums. Is what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry. This was confusing, but yeah, just cause yeah. While I'm streaming, I don't want to have to be stopping every 5 seconds to change the song. So yeah, just anyway, I love all their albums, so I'm never gonna complain about having to listen to Skinny Puppy. It's not like it's a big ask, you know. So, okay, just gonna get through the yarn spillage on my desk. So I like to um, pull a lot of yarn and then work from that and then pull it every time, even if it gives some tangles sometimes. It's easier for me because I'm dyspraxic and dysgraphic, so it's really hard for me to work with a big tension on it. I like to give the tension with my fingers, but having to pull it from the whole length from the center pole of a skein is too hard for me. So I know that a lot of people say your tension suffers when you do that, but and that it might sound silly to some of you that I need to do this, but like when you have such issues, especially dysgraphia, your hands don't have the same strength and stability as most people. So it's easier for me to just leave a big spill on my desk. Like everywhere here, it's just that green yarn spilled all over. So for me, it's just easy to work from that, and I control the tension by wrapping it tightly here. Like this is how I wrap my yarn. I wrap it over my index finger, and it goes through in between my little finger and my ring finger here, and it's really tight because I'm holding it very securely like this. So when I work, I just like press my two fingers together with the yarn lodged in between, and when I need to make it slip, I just like open that a little bit and let it flow through. So I have really good tension on my hand. It's just that the yarn from here doesn't have such tension. And I have loose tension when I crochet, and that is because this hand here, I've when I used smaller crochet hooks, like the metal ones that are either is it Susan Bates? Yeah, the Susan Bates or the what's the name? Is it Boy that does the really rounded ones that are like I forgot the term for it, but like um, you know there's inline and there's the other one. I forgot the name right now. But when I had those very small hooks with no handle, my tension would be really, really tight, and it would hurt my fingers to crochet. But now I'm barely holding this, like I'm just supporting it with my hand, so it loosened my tension quite a bit. And to be honest with you, I don't mind. I'll just use smaller hooks, to meet gauge. If it means my hands are more healthy. Oh, welcome in, Zach. How are you doing? So I saw that you're deciding to stick with crochet, huh? That's great. I think you should stick with it, obviously. And I was happy to read that. Right now, I've been accepted for a test, which is the blood drip scarf pattern by Nessa Knotts. I showed it earlier, and I'm really happy about that. And I think I'll be making it in like neon green and purple, and it will be really cool. Hers, the original is like black with red for the blood, but like I would be making a slimy Halloweeny version of that, if that makes sense. And so as soon as I finish with the yarn spill on my desk, I'm gonna show you all the colors I plan on using. They're over there on my yarn shelf. They're like at the top. I have to tiptoe to reach that, but I can reach it, so it's good. It's all good. Um, I'm quite small. That's why I'm saying that. I'm 5'3". I know it's not like super mega small, but I do struggle to reach things that are high up on shelves and everything. So, but my roommate is taller, but he's not home right now, so he cannot help me get yarn. Not that I ask anyway. I have a little thingy with steps. I don't know what the name of that is, but yeah, I can just climb it and get my things. So that's what I've been doing, even before I had a roommate. But yeah, I'm a little one, not as little as I'm not. I'm still quite tall, but I mean, you know, you know what I mean. But yeah, like if I go to a concert, I do have trouble seeing anything, which is one of the reasons I have been doing front row quite a bit. I like to come in early and be at the very front because I'm quite small, and if anyone's in front of me, I'm not gonna see the stage at all. And I have 5-inch heels, which help with that as well. But you know so yeah, as I'm saying, I'm not like I'm not like super small, but I do struggle sometimes. So but with concerts, it's not that big a deal. Like I said, I like to come in early, and if there are a few people in front of me or someone smaller, I'll usually let them through, just because I know the frustration of being in front of a very tall person and not seeing a thing. So I usually don't mind. As long as the people ask respectfully and don't try to push me away from the front. Like a lady once just took me and pushed me. She shoved me to the side basically. And so yeah, I promised myself I'm not gonna let anyone do that anymore. And she was taller than me, so I don't know. She was just crazy. Well, she also um harassed the front man until he let her climb on stage, and she danced with him in a very sensual manner after that. But that was entertaining. But at first, he was like, "No, what are you doing, lady?" And after that, he was like, "Okay, come on," and he ended up liking that very much. But at first it was like, awkward. What are you doing? So yeah, but it was funny. It ended up working out. Like she didn't seem like she was forcing him or anything. Not that I can speak for him, but sometimes people can be quite uncomfortable in those situations, and he didn't seem uncomfortable. He looked like he was really enjoying that and taking part fully in that. So that's great, I guess. If it would have been me, I would have frozen so much. Like because even 5 seconds before it happened, she was rubbing herself all over me, and I was like, please stop. And she was licking my earlobes. Yeah, I know that's quite disgusting, but yeah, sometimes at concerts, people just do not know personal space. So she was all up in my business and licking my earlobes, and I was just like, dear, uh, oh, not my ears, please. Like, go somewhere else, lady. That was my vibe at the time. And yeah, now at concerts, I don't tolerate as much BS as I used to. If you're in my space, I will shove you. Like, I don't have pity for that anymore. I mean, unless you like you're graceful about it and you leave me space when I ask for it, that's fine. But like someone who's persistent, like when I went to see Skinny Puppy the first time, people were trying to shove me out of the way, and they were hitting me in the ribs. And so at one point, like the guy behind me kept pushing on me and putting his hand on the barricade to try to dislodge me from it. And at some point, I pushed back. I pushed back hard on him, like, go away. Like, I was very, like, firm about it. And it's not because I want to be, like, um, annoying about keeping my space in the front, but, like, sometimes people are just walking all over you and taking your space and not letting you thrive. And sometimes you gotta push them a little bit just to say, hey, I'm here, this is my space, I'm allowed to be here, I'm enjoying myself, can you please stop? Like, and sometimes it's not even please stop, it's just like a cold, solid no, out of my space. It's a good thing to learn to be that way a little bit sometimes, as long as you're not mean to anyone for no reason. It's always okay to take space, I think. Like I said, it's something I've struggled with for a long time, but now in buses, like, I don't give my spot anymore. Even to, like, 'cause I'm disabled anyway. I cannot stay up in a bus. I will lose balance. I will lose footing, and I will fall, and I will hurt myself or hurt people. So now I don't give my spot anymore. But for a long time, I let others shame me into giving away my spot, and like because people were like, "You're young, you can stay up," blah blah blah, all that stuff. And sometimes other people still do that to me. They'll like give me that look, you're staying, sit down, but like you're just a kid, you're still young, you can stay, you can stand. No, I cannot, and I have tremendous pain when I stand. So yeah, just a little lesson that I learned on taking my own space. And I don't have to feel bad about taking that because I need it. I need to sit down, and even in the metro, like I just end up waddling all over the place and pushing people when I'm standing up, even if I'm holding myself. Um, s- just because with the disabilities I have, balance is a big thing. It's difficult to keep that. I have basically no sense of balance, and I struggle even walking normally. And also, people take into account that just because I'm wearing big, chunky shoes, mm, that this means I can stand, that I'm just being lazy by sitting down. But the platforms that I wear, they're quite straight across. They're not a big uh, angle like this. They're pretty much like this, even if they're really high. And so I can wear that because it doesn't uh, disturb my balance. So yeah, and people don't understand dyspraxia a lot of time, and a lot of the time, and they don't understand muscle balance. But that's the thing. Like I can wear those because they are quite straight across and they're quite easy to walk in. Demonia did a really great job with the camel line. They're really easy to walk in, and for the look, like they are very chunky, very high platforms. Like 5 inches is quite a bit. So I'm thankful that I can wear that and that it doesn't impair my movements. Those are the most comfortable boots I own, and like I think, yeah, I should totally be allowed to wear that. And those are the boots I can walk the longest in. I can walk for hours. Basically, I could go my whole day with them. But my problem is standing in one place. That's where the hurt comes in. That's where I start to ache all over and to be very like restless and such. And a lot of autistic people and ADHDers struggle with that. Like stillness is difficult and it will ache all your muscles. And that is linked to some level of muscle instability. And so, because of that, sometimes we get labeled as like impatient and such. But really, I cannot stand in one place. It hurts. It physically hurts. Like after a minute or so, it starts to ache in my whole body, and I have to move. Like I have to stomp or to um, shift my weight all the time and balance myself. Like rock back and forth. No, not back and forth. It has to be from side to side. If I do it back and forth, then that's a different thing. But yeah, like you have to shift your weight all the time, and otherwise it starts really hurting. And so people are saying, like, you're not getting a day job, that's because you're lazy and everything. And they say things that everyone should be a cashier, blah, blah, blah. You learn patience and you learn uh, things because customers are not nice to you and blah, blah, blah. And I see that everywhere. But like, if I was a cashier, I'd be so in pain all the time. And I do understand that a lot of people who do that are in pain, but not being able to stand um, for a certain amount of time without experiencing tremendous pain. Not everyone has that. Like, people are having pain after standing for hours, but someone being in pain after standing for 2 minutes, that's quite rare, you know? You know what I mean? Like, after 2 minutes of standing in one spot, I already ache all over, you know? So, yeah, that's a disability on its own, I think. And people don't really realize that and don't really understand that because to them it's just like you're being fussy because they don't feel that pain and they don't feel what you're feeling. So they're assuming it's not real, that you're making it up or making up reasons. But that's really how it is with invisible disability, you know? Oh, hi, welcome in. How are you? I saw you earlier in my YouTube feed. Right now, I'm just putting the border on this blanket. I'm almost done. I have maybe about 3 rounds left, and so I'll be sending that out tomorrow, most likely. And I was talking about a test I got accepted for, which is a big scarf. It's called the blood drip scarf pattern. It's by Nessa Knotts. You can find her on Instagram and on Threads and even on YouTube. She does videos. I'm gonna link her channel below in just a second. Just give me a moment. Just finishing this little bit of yarn going on here before I do that. Um, I went on quite a rant about disability just now. So I was talking about how difficult it was to um, stand up in one spot for me, and that my muscles struggle with that quite a bit. Hi, Maritza, welcome. How's everyone? Yeah, my life went a little long last night. That's great. I'll watch the replay. I caught a bit of it. I was lurking for a little while, but I'll definitely check the replay. Um, replay. Okay, I'm almost done with this yarn spill. I talked earlier about why I like to pull a large portion of my skein onto my desk and then work from that and then redo that over and over until I'm done with the yarn because it's easier for me physically to pull that since I have dysgraphia. My hands are a little bit weak, like I struggle with that. All right, I said I was gonna link Nessa Nuts channel. Just a second here, I'll pull that. But yeah, she has a very cool test going on right now. She already chose the people, so you can't get in on that anymore, but I definitely recommend her channel, and I recommend checking her out on Instagram as well. It's the same name, by the way. So I'll show real quick what pattern I'm testing. It is quite cool. So this is the pattern I'm testing, and I'm gonna make mine in purple and green. So the big red part that you see there, that's all going to be the green, which is gonna be like slime, and the purple is gonna be the black bits at the bottom. That's gonna be yeah. So I think that's pretty cool. I said I was gonna show you the colors. Hi, Ian. Welcome in. Yeah, it is. It's amazing. I'm happy that I was chosen as tester, and I think it's gonna go by quite quickly because it's just like tapestry crochet and the same stitch all over. So I think it's gonna be quite easy. So I'm excited for that. I'm in therapy. Just wanted to drop by and say hello. Well, I hope your therapy session is going great. So the yarn I'm using is this here, the chunky monkey one. So this is gonna be for the drips, and this would be the scarf. So yeah, what do you think? I quite like it, to be honest. I think it's a perfect combo. Quite nice. So oh yeah, and I have enough. I have four skeins of the green, and one purple. So two purple. So I think that is going to be enough. Uh, she said about four skeins for the main color. So let me just check the chat real quick. Okay, so yeah, I'm just sending the color schemes. Yes, I'm French Canadian. Um, my first language is French, but um, I'm good with English. I just struggle with speech in general, so I get that a lot. Everyone's asking about that all the time. So yeah, I just sent my color choices in. And two of the purple. So that should be perfect. Okay, great. Oh, right now one of my favorite songs is playing. Some more skinny puppy, of course. Listen to. Who's the oldest person you know? I don't know, dear. I'm not sure about that. I don't really know people's age, to be honest. Why are you asking, though? I don't know. My grandpa is probably in his 80s. Your grandpa is the oldest you know. Oh my. Yeah, he's quite old, but I think well, my paternal grandparents were in their 90s. They were very close to 100, but they passed away now. So I'm not sure who the oldest person who I currently know is. I don't hang out with that many people in general, so I struggle. Yeah, that is quite old. That's awesome to hear. So, okay, as I was saying right now, I chose my colors for the scarf I'm testing, and so I'm pretty sure that's gonna be green and the purple. So let me know what you think of that color combo. like the neon green and the neon purple. I think it's quite good and I like it. But yeah, let me know what you think of that. I just thought I wanted it to be unique and to look really Halloweeny, and yeah, so that's what I'm going for. Just a second, I'll be right back. I need something in the other room. Okay, we got this super mega huge blanket sitting on my lap, so it gets quite warm in here. Yeah. And by the way, I'm always scratching my nose because I have allergic reactions to wool. And the customer wanted this to be wool, and I could not say no to the commission because I needed the money. So that is why my nose is always itchy and runny, but this is almost over, so I'm sticking with it. I have a few rounds only left to make, so that's good. You know, nothing to complain about here. Okay, more crocheting. So I always ask new people what kind of music they're interested in. So if anyone wants to chime in, if anyone new wants to talk about that, let's see what kind of music do you like. I always talk about my favorite band on here. So if you stick with my lives, you will probably hear me mention it a few times alive. Obviously, and I'm always wearing their hoodie. So, it's Skinny Puppy, by the way. This is The Greater Wrong of the Right. It's one of their albums, and yeah, it says Skinny Puppy on the front. I can't really show you because right now it's open, but and I have my blanket on top of me, so I can't really like. This says puppy, and the other side this says skinny, so Skinny Puppy. It's a Canadian industrial band from the 80s. They have been active for 40 years and they only retired recently. So they retired on December 5th, which was their last show, and also Ogre, the lead singer's birthday. So that's interesting. You get to retire for 40 years of a band the day of your birthday. That's quite special, isn't it? So yeah, I quite like Skinny Puppy. Quite like is a little bit of an understatement. It's a special interest of mine. And yeah, so I don't know if you know about that sort of music. We got a few people leaving here. Probably because of Skinny Puppy. Because I keep talking about it. And as I talked before, I got to see them twice this year before they retire, and I feel quite lucky to have been able to go because monetarily it's not that great at the moment, and I don't really uh, buy anything for myself or do anything any hobbies or anything for myself. I do my crochet work that I sell and that I advertise, but so it was nice to have this for myself this year and to be able to see them twice. And okay, people really want me to stop talking about Skinny Puppy, as I can see. That's okay. To be honest, I'm not done talking about it though, so hi. I'm all over the map when it comes to music. All depends on mood, but I don't like hard rap or really hard metal. Oh yeah, I don't like metal either. Well, not really anyway. Uh, some industrial is fine to me, but other than Skinny Puppy and Frontline Assembly, there aren't many industrial bands that I really like. Uh, I do like usually I listen to goth music like Susie and the Banshees, Bauhaus, Sisters of Mercy, all that stuff. And yeah, that's usually what I will stick to. And but yeah, Skinny Puppy is a big exception for me. It's one of the most heaviest things I listen to and that I really enjoy. But I was talking earlier about the fact that I felt really thankful to be able to go there, and it's made me realize that in life there are a lot of things that you really, really want but are never going to get. But then sometimes uh, you get something you've been after for a good number of years, and then you felt all this time like it was never gonna happen, especially meeting Ogre. Like, that's something that was on my bucket list for such a long time, and that man is my hero and kind of saved my life. And so I realized that sometimes you can wait a really long time and finally be able to do something you've been wanting to do forever. And when that happens, you gotta cherish it and make the most of it. And yeah, and when you have such opportunities, you should never discard them, even if you're afraid, even if you think the people aren't gonna want you there or that no one supports your decision. Ultimately, you're doing that for yourself. And so, my thought at first was that I was selfish for doing it, and for meeting Ogre and going to see Skinny Puppy, because I know a lot of people in that community don't really like me very much and might not have wanted me to be there, but I've found a lot of acceptance in that community, especially in the last year, and I've made very good connections, and they've made me feel like part of a family, and I'm so thankful for that. But a lot of it comes from me and from not imposing myself, but I mean like taking the space that was mine and just doing it. I kind of had to force myself a little bit, and I found reasons to go without feeling selfish. I went for a friend and I told Ogre what she had told me that she wanted to tell him, so that's what I did. And she didn't really care in the end. She didn't really mind either way, but it ended up making me go. And he was thankful for what kind words she had for him. And yeah, uh, that was really amazing as an experience. And I wish that sometime I get to chat a little bit more with that man because he's really smart and thoughtful. He has a lot of very interesting thoughts about a lot of subjects. He knows quite a bit about science and things, and he knows a lot about supernatural things and such. And so I kind of want to talk to him about that. I'm quite curious how he thinks about those subjects. And of course, he's really handsome, so that helps, right? It's like not even shameful at that point. I just really, really like Ogre. And he has a musical project of his own called Ogre. It's spelled minus O minus H capital G minus R. So just the G in the middle of it is capital. And Ogre does that a lot when he types. He does words that are either misspelled or with random caps everywhere. It's really interesting when he types long texts, like he puts capital G's everywhere and capital letters here or there, and yeah, and he types in a very interesting way. He's a little bit hyperlexic. If you know what that means, that's when someone uses very a very um not higher, because I don't want to put moral value on the type of words a person uses, but like a very advanced vocabulary, you know? So it's quite interesting, and I don't understand half of what he says. Welcome in. Hi, Leather. We're talking about Ogre again. I was talking about his side project. It's a little bit more pop inspired, but still got a little bit of industrial undertones. It's definitely electronic, of course, which is quite amazing, but it's got a little bit more of his own flavor to it because he does that project with Mark Walk, who worked on a bunch of Skinny Puppy as well, and both those guys work so well together. So yeah, he said he might work on that some more in the future. Right now, he's working on another project with some other people, though, which is still cool and still very much expected. But yeah, I just cannot wait personally. I've seen Ogre once and I want to see it again. It's very interesting to see live. It was quite different than Skinny Puppy. It's a little bit less heavy handed, but the performance is quite mystical, you know. It's quite surreal. It was great. He had like a mind control spiral thingy, and he did tricks on the stage, like magic tricks. If you didn't know that, Ogre does magic tricks. He's been doing that since he was a child, and he would mess that up often when showing to his parents and such. And so that's quite a comical image in itself, but it stuck, and I quite like that it was part of the performance, but of course the album is called Tricks, so it only made sense that during the Tricks tour he would do magic tricks with his little bunny and lamb mask. It was cool. It was really cool. He had a stuffed bunny that was quite creepy and stitched up and had that crazy look to it, which is named the Bun Buns. And yeah, Bun Buns is an interesting plushie, quite cute. I hope I could. I wish I could show you that. I don't have pictures with me right now. But yeah, that's the first time I saw Ogre live was for that tour, and that guy is crazy. Like, during the tour in Philadelphia, he got attacked. He got assaulted, and so yeah, someone basically jumped him, uh, hit him. He fell unconscious. The guy smashed his phone, and he also broke his jaw. So that was right before a meet and greet, so he skipped the meet and greet, obviously, to go to the hospital. But after his visit to the hospital, he went back and he played that show. He played that same night. The same night he got his jaw broken, he went on stage and he played that show. And he finished the whole tour, by the way, with a broken jaw. And I'm not even making that up, it's true. He had the hospital bracelet and everything in Philadelphia. I saw him 4 days after that in Montreal, and the guy was insane. He was insane. The energy was through the roof. So that's the kind of performer Ogre is, really. He is just like that. Yeah, yeah, it is. It's crazy, right? And for the Skinny Puppy tour this year, mm, first it during the spring leg of the tour, the first leg of the tour where they did the whole east part, Ogre got really, really sick. He missed one show and he was devastated over it. He says it's the first time um, he had to cancel a show due to being ill, and he felt really bad about that. But yeah, he went to the hospital and he got a bunch of IVs and such because he was really in bad shape, and so yeah. But yeah, he still finished that tour regardless and being sick, so yeah. And he even lost 4 teeth. Okay, so just a content warning here. If you're sensitive to teeth stuff and dental problems, you might want to mute this for a little while, just because that's going to be a little gross. So just warning you in advance. One of the stage acts was okay. So Ogre and Dustin were acting together on stage. Dustin had the role of the tormentor. He was basically torturing and following around the alien and beating him up. And one of the stage acts was he was force feeding him his own brain, which was actually yogurt. But Ogre insisted so bad on it being a real metal spoon, a big metal spoon. And he realized this mistake later. But basically, Dustin, while pulling the spoon, knocked a few of his teeth loose because Ogre clamped down on it at the wrong time. And so 4 of his teeth were really wobbly, and he ended up having to go to the dentist. And instead of fixing that, which would have caused a lot of pain, a lot more pain, he decided just to have them pulled. So he finished that tour very much beat up, less teeth, very sick. Yeah, and this time around, he got sick again. He didn't lose teeth, he didn't get injured, but he still was sick. So, yeah, Skinny Puppy has a track record of always getting into trouble when they tour. So, it's almost as if he has a curse on him or something. It's insane. Performance like that tends to have a lot of strength to get through. Yeah, Ogre is really strong. He is insane, and that's why he's my hero and inspires me to go through things in life. It's because he is very intense, and I can't believe he performed like that. Especially the broken jaw thing. That's awful. And he also said that while this was just a small fracture, that it went all the way through to the other side. So both the sides of his jaw were broken. Ow. That sounds bad. If I broke my jaw, I would be crying like a baby and eating applesauce every day. Or like shakes or something through a straw. And I would be crying my eyes out every day until I healed. but Ogre finished a tour. Forever I will feel weak in comparison, you know. You can't compare yourself to someone who does stuff like this. He's probably very hyposensitive, you know. Because to perform like that when you're injured, you gotta be a little bit numb to that pain. Of course, he had pain meds, but you know, I don't think he had the heaviest pain meds just because of his past. With I'm not quite sure to be honest with you. I don't know. Maybe he still had heavy meds. I'm not sure. I'm just speculating because sometimes doctors hesitate to give you heavy stuff when you have a past with substances. But still, just the fact that he got up there and performed, especially the same night it happened, like right after going to the hospital, he went back and did that show, and he was amazing. Oh yeah, and a lady at the front showed him her boobs to make him feel better about going to the hospital and breaking his jaw. Lucky guy. That's quite funny, and that's quite cool too. Which, you know, of course he was happy about that. that's quite that's quite cute. Like, oh, you broke your jaw. Here's some boobies. Enjoy. I still think it's funny that as soon as I heard you mention Skinny Puppy, I automatically. Yeah, but of course. But you know, it's more popular in the US than it even is in Canada. Uh, Even in Montreal, it's quite rare to find fans of Skinny Puppy. I found a few. And obviously, I went to the show, so I met a few Montrealers that are big fans. But even then, it was a lot of people traveling from the US or other provinces. I met someone from Ottawa, and I met a bunch of people from the US that night. Yeah. And yeah, it was quite cool. But yeah, it's rare to see Skinny Puppy fans here. I've met a few, but also like I gotta show appreciation to my fellow Canadians, you know. But now they all are citizens of the United States. They all live in LA, and yeah, they don't really go to Canada much other than for musical purposes. So they forgot about us. Oh, no, I'm just joking. I'm sure they still love us. You could tell though that when Ogre was back in Calgary to play that show, he was a little bit like not distressed, but maybe a little bit out of it, you know. And I don't know to what it's due. I don't know if it's because of that or a personal thing outside of that. But yeah, he seemed a little bit distracted out of it. But yeah, he is from Calgary. He was born there, and then he moved to Vancouver for a good number of years, and until they all moved to the United States to pursue their career. And Ogre is an actor now, and he's hoping to get back into some acting soon, which is cool. I'm looking forward to that. I hope he gets into a bunch more horror stuff because I like seeing him play very creepy characters. I don't know if you've seen Repo the Genetic Opera, but it was quite good. Whereabouts are they anyway? Out of Toronto? No. So Ogre was born in Calgary. Kevin was born in Vancouver, and Dwayne was from Edmonton, I think. Either Edmonton or another city, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, so both he and Ogre were Albertan, and Kevin is from BC, so yeah. And Bill Lieb moved from Austria to Canada, so he's not really Canadian, but he lives in Canada. So yeah. So yeah, the guys are from the West. I know all this stuff because I'm a super big fan. I know every details about the guys, and they know everything about me because I talk about myself way too much in the Facebook group. They lurk. They don't look at everything, but they lurk. So yeah, skinny puppy. And I think right now, I'm pretty sure most of them live in LA. I know Kevin for sure lives in LA, and there's a good strong evidence of Ogre still living in LA because the second to last night they were performing in LA, they did 4 shows in a row at the Belasco Theater. But he called out his ex-girlfriend for not taking care of his cats during VIP. So pretty sure he still lives in LA as well. I don't doubt that he might know my uncle. Oh, that's cool. Of course, I have seen Repo. Yeah, Repo is good. I want to see it again because I've seen it only once and I want to rewatch that. But it made quite a strong impression on me. Very unlike what I was expecting, but that's the charm of Repo, you know? It is quite unlike anything you've ever watched before, but it's a little bit addictive in that sense. Really love Repo. And we all love the Pavi, or we all love the ogre. I made him something in regards to that. I wrote a pattern for him, but I didn't get a chance to make it for him because I ran out of yarn. You know that anatomical heart pattern that I made. Well, it was originally meant for Ogre to be like, here's my heart kind of cheesy thing. But then my friend gave me the idea of gifting him 2 hearts and be like, 2 hearts, mark it up, for repo. So yeah. Hi, hooking and stitching. Welcome in. I want to get a haircut, but I don't want to walk. It's icy out. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, here it's quite cold as well. What kind of haircut are you thinking of getting, Zach? Let us know. I have to shave that, actually. It's getting too long, and it's quite annoying. I like to have my sides shaved, usually. My uncle, who started Sweetheart and Loverboy, he was from Regina, lived in Winterpeg. I love Winterpeg. Edmonton, Calgary. Yeah, you might have known some of the guys. That's possible. Give yourself one. You don't want to fall on your butt. I get that. I'm dyspraxic, so I struggle with walking outside in the snow and on the ice. I always fall on my ass. Oh, I'm not supposed to say that word. I'm supposed to get monetized eventually, so I can't swear. So yeah, I don't wanna. I always fall on my butt as well. The last time I scraped my knees quite badly. You wanted to shave your side. Your uncle is old now. How old is he? How old are we talking? Like 80? I'm curious. I don't have a notion of time, so I'm not good with that. Maybe you will tomorrow after work. That's great. Oh, I can swear after 5 minutes. Yeah, but now they have a fancy filter. They don't do it with people watching anymore, and the filter go all the way. And if they detect, anything while you're streaming, they're not advertising your stream to people anymore. So you have to rely on the links you sent out yourself. So I'm not demonetized for it or demonized either, but they will not show my stream anymore if I swear, no matter how far in it is. Yeah, they developed a filter for that. So the 5 minute rule doesn't apply anymore. Oh, late 70s. He might have known the guys still. He might have met them at some point. That wouldn't be very. That would be likely, you know. It's a possibility. But I know they've not been in that specific part of the world for very long. I know that they moved to the US in their 20s. So, yeah. And yeah, Ogre moved to Vancouver at 17 when he broke his neck. Well, not when he broke it, but after he broke it, obviously. Uh, you gotta heal some, but yeah, after that he moved to Vancouver and met Kevin Key and formed Skinny Puppy and made this incredible band that we all know and love today. um so yeah, at VIP in Calgary, Ogre talked about that, about breaking his neck and about uh l- l- leaving and such. And he always says how he feels incredibly thankful for the opportunity to leave that place. I don't think he was very happy in Calgary, and that might be why he felt weird going back there, you know. They are one watching for words in chat. Yeah, but they also have an audio filter now. It's a quite recent addition. It's been a year or two or something. You watch so many that still wait 510, then swear galore. Yeah, but no, it's not the monetization that changes. As I said, you might lose some partnerships with ads and everything. But the main problem is that if you swear, they are not showing your, they're not advertising that you're going live. They take that off the main page for people. That's what I'm trying to say. Is they will advertise it to less people, like your subscribers will still get the notification, but you're not on the page for non-subscribers, you know. So that's why I don't want to swear, because I kind of want other people to be able to see it as well, if that makes sense. Your uncle knew so many Canadian musical artists. That is really cool. But yeah, they changed that recently because now they have all sorts of fancy filters and AI and such. And yeah. But yeah, it's really tricky when you're a YouTuber. You have to abide by all these crazy rules. But in real life, I'm telling you, I swear like a sailor, and anyone who knows me personally will attest to that. Yeah, it's not a swear word, but the filter is really intense. And even if there are a lot of swears in the chat, like they can remove you from people's pages as well for that, you know. And it's very weird how that works. And I don't know, YouTube is a little bit of a restrictive place to be in, to be honest. I'm a person who talks like I swear like a sailor. I'm a total putty mouth, and I swear more in French than in English because I'm not creative enough to make up very nice swear words and such. I basically stick to the F word and the you know the ones I'm talking about, the very basic ones. The terms of service changed again. Yeah, they changed all the time. You're a trucker. That's awesome, though. That's cool. We have truckers in here. My maternal grandpa is a trucker, but he never swears. It's interesting, right? He's a very distinguished man, and he hates everything that is a little bit controversial and a little bit out of uh, you know out of proper etiquette. And he's a trucker. That's always been kind of interesting to me. He talks properly. He never swears. He never uses bad words. He's a little bit conservative though, which I don't care for personally. But yeah, he's like just this very, very gentle person who never speaks bad words. My leg, my leg. So I guess sometimes people have stereotypes. You're a sailor, I'm a trucker. Well, I'm not a real sailor, but I do like to uh, go on water bodies on a boat. So I guess I could be equated to a sailor in that way. Being on a boat is so fun. Like, I can just stare at the landscape for hours and I'd be content with that. I'd be happy with that. Hi, Amanda. Oh, you've been a little nosy, huh? That's cool, lurker. I'm just joking, Amanda. I appreciate you being here. You still have some stuff to do. Yeah, of course. You have a family and everything, so always tons of stuff to do. And I understand that. Right now, I'm putting in the last few rounds on my blanket, my commissioned blanket, and I'm sending it out tomorrow. I'll be blocking it overnight. Hopefully, it dries before the morning, but yeah. Fingers crossed, everyone, that this dries before sending it. Worst case scenario, I'll be sending it like late in the night, and it will be registered as a package in the morning when they gather it. But yeah, I took a big break yesterday because my hands were hurting. So, uh-huh. I'm so excited to finish this. I'm just tired of all the wool. Your late husband and you own 4 trucks. That's cool. You sold them to move to Deer Island, but little store on island. Big mistake. Now you work as deckhand engineer on ferry. That's interesting. I don't know much about ferries. You have a hair dryer? I have a hair dryer, but yeah, it's a little bit too hot for that. And the cool setting is one that requires you to press on it, so I can't do that because my thumbs. So yeah, no hair dryer. My hair dryer gets too hot. Even for my own hair, I don't use it. It gets really intense. So I don't know if it's broken or something. I can't really control the heat setting on it, unfortunately. Outside of the press button, which is a really hard button, but yeah. Warming up the air around it will help. Yeah, but I can't do. I'm not sure how to do that. I'm not sure how that will work. But I have my AC running in the living room, which is a fan, so it helps with drying things. But like I said, worst case scenario is I send it later in the night, so just still okay. It won't make a very big difference if he gets it one day later. He's already been waiting for months, you know. Uh, but yeah, I'm not too stressed about that. So I can't be really doing that because I have a bunch of orders and things to work on, and I got accepted for a test. So you might have heard me talk about it earlier if you were lurking, but yeah, I'm doing the blood drip scarf pattern for Nessa Knots. I put a link in for her channel in the chat a while ago. And yeah, I showed the colors was gonna be using, some neon green and neon purple to do like slimy drips and to have it look Halloweeny. Oh, you were AFK. So I'll show the colors again then. So the main body of the scarf, like the normal parts, will be this purple, and then the blood drips, I guess, will be this green, which takes up most of the scarf anyway. But like, yeah. So yeah, the slime green and this purple. So this is what I'm gonna do the scarf with. It's a tapestry crochet, so I don't have a lot of experience with it, but also I have a lot of experience crocheting in general, so I think it will be good. And it's quite thick. This is Aran weight, so it is nice. Yeah, it is so soft. This is anti-pilling acrylic. Really cool, really nice, really soft. I kind of like petting it obsessively like this. It's really nice. Anyway, okay. More water. Yeah, it's a really good yarn, Amanda. It's really soft. You should try that. But yeah, it's a very thick acrylic yarn, but it's premium acrylic, so it's still a very lovely quality. Last blanket I was commissioned, I told her don't expect it in 2 weeks or anything. 13 days. 13 days? Have been working on that for almost 6 months. How are you so quick? You people are amazing. I work very slow. If I would have done this in 13 days, I would not have hands left. Oh, okay. 9 by 5. Was that inches or feet? How are you so quick? This is 7 by 4, and it took me months to do it. But also, it's mosaic crochet, so. But I'm slow. I'm slow. How? How? Just how? Did you do it like day in, day out? Did you even sleep during that time? I'm just teasing you, but yeah, I work slow. Dyspraxia and dysgraphia don't help with that. Like the amount of time it takes any of you to make something like double, triple that. I was making like one less than 1 square a day, and I have 28 squares total. So it took a little while, and my hands hurt, and yeah. So, but also, I was less disabled when I started this. I didn't get big flare ups and everything. You're almost as crazy as Ogre with all his performing while sick shenanigans. Performing while sick and injured, which is totally insane. But then making that big a blanket in 13 days, you have to be very committed. I'm just knitting a pair of socks. The goal is to clean up lingering whips. Yeah, that is a good goal. I want to be doing that at some point as well. I have quite a bit of whips just sitting, and I started another whip last night, not a crochet one, mind you. I felt like embroidering at like 1 in the morning, uh, so I got out my huge canvas fabric, black canvas fabric, which is just cotton. It's a cotton canvas. It's not like the big things, you know. And I just transferred the spider on it, and I was stitching spider legs, and I got through two legs and the little thingies at the front, and then I was too tired and too mad because I kept chopping it off and starting again because it looked bad. So I was mad at it, and I stopped. Might work more on it in the future. I don't know. I was just so bored last night and I had to do something, but I didn't feel like working on any of my commissions. Sometimes ADHD just be like that. I like that commission. I really do. I'm just frustrated with it because I've been working on it, it seems like forever, and there's been issues and such associated with it. But just look how lovely this border color is. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the exterior border. You're dysgraphic as well. Yeah, I do get that too, but with carpal tunnel, I can't do it anymore. Like now, my hands die when they want me to take a break, and I can't use my thumb anymore. I'll show after because right now it's really heavy and it's on my lap, so I can't lift it. It would just put yarn everywhere, so I'll show it after. I'm sorry, I can't show it right now. It's really heavy on my lap. Uh, but it's almost finished, so you're all gonna see it anyway very soon. But uh, like I explained earlier, the way I work on my things is I have a big yarn spill on my desk because it's too hard for me to pull from the center pull. So it's why I can't lift it at the moment. It would just make all the yarn fall everywhere on the floor and get stuck in my chair. So hopefully, just be a bit patient. You get tennis elbow. That sounds awful. Oh yeah, no. Carpal tunnel doesn't really affect your wrist. It comes from your wrist, but it's mainly pain in your fingers, and so my fingers seize up and they hurt like very very badly. So when I have a flare up, I can't crochet anymore. I'll drop the hook. So yeah. So my body found a way to make me take breaks. That was effective. I just really cannot crochet on a flare up because I drop everything. A monkey, that's cool. That's cute. Ow, ow, ow. Hi, Granny D. How are you? I'm almost done with this blanket. But yeah, um, okay. And now I'm losing my stitches. I have to wipe my. So you can't see right now, but this is why I can't show you the blanket. If I pull on it, this will be everywhere. So just so you understand why I'm not showing you, this is why. So every time I crochet something, I cannot hold it up while that happens. So yeah, just because people have been asking, so I thought I would show you why. So yeah, yarn everywhere. Um, but it is very close to completion. I just gotta figure what type of border I will be doing with the darker color after I'm done with the green. I don't want it to be a straight border. I know this is for a man, but also this looks kind of blocky in a sense. So I might want to do little peaks to remind of the starbursts that is in the squares. So yeah. Um, I hope I wasn't mean about saying that I can't show you the blanket. I'm sorry about that. I know I sound harsh sometimes. I've been having problems in the past few days with that, so I just want to say real quick, I'm sorry. It's just that right now I really cannot. So I'm very sorry. I'll show you after I'm done with the yarn spill. I'm mostly excited to finish this so I don't sneeze anymore. The other day I was showing all my destashing yarn and I was manipulating full skeins of merino wool without a problem and like 100% merino as well. And I wasn't sneezy and I was fine. Loads of feminine patterns, but I feel like the colors that he chose make it quite gender neutral, with the earth tones and colors and such. So I quite like the energy of that blanket, if it makes sense. It's not feminine at all. Even if star the star itself is a little bit more feminine. Just the way of putting it in those colors made it a little bit more. Um, how can I say? Um, Not inclusive. That's not the right word, but like usable for everyone. Like I wouldn't expect this to be too feminine for him, but I also don't want to make very blocky borders. Um, that are just straight double crochet because to me that looks ugly personally. I don't know how he would feel personally. He keeps telling me to do it like I want. So he keeps telling me go with your idea. But so yeah. Hi Don, welcome. Neutral. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Don. Yeah. What was I saying? I'm very sorry about the earlier. I'm almost done with the yarn spill. I'll show you the blanket. Uh, I just have a little bit more to go. I'm very sorry. Slip stitch and chain in each stitch. No, I don't want it to be small and dainty though. I want a big chunky peaks or something like that. Because if I make those small peaks like that, that's what makes it look feminine in my opinion. It looks very like dainty and cute. I've done that exact border on some of my washcloths and it made them look very pretty. So I don't want that pretty look. I want something quite chunky, so it's just that I haven't really found the perfect one yet. um but yeah, I want something big, like when you do a group of DC in a stitch and then you do a peak over that by doing a picot stitch. Pico, I don't know. Yeah, the picot stitch. And then you work a single crochet a few stitches farther, and then you do that again, if that makes sense. Like big chunky peaks, like spikes. You're getting thunder. My. Well, I think it does look dainty. I'll show you what I mean. Yeah, they are hard to find. But yeah, I'll show you why I think it looks dainty when I do that. Um, but yeah, I really don't want it to be like pretty in a conventional way. Maybe a little bit abrasive, if that makes sense. The guy is a fan of Skinny Puppy, I mean. So yeah. Okay, so I'll do it for a little while and show you what I mean. But also, I want it to be quite thick because I have a lot of yarn in that darker color, so I would want it to be quite bulky. Just to use up most of the yarn, but you see what I mean? This. Oh, it looks cute, but it's all pretty and cute. So okay, I'll show you what I was thinking. I might have a tutorial somewhere. I don't remember what the name is. But it's a large picot stitch with very large peaks. Um, um, if I can find it, that would be great. But it was very spiky and it involved doing a bunch of DC. Okay, it's like the triangle pico edge. It's called the triangle pico edge. And Bella Coco has it on her channel. But I think it can look also quite feminine, unfortunately. But I've seen a way to do that that actually looked a little bit more bulky than her tutorial. So I might try to find the exact one I was talking about. But the one I saw was quite bulky and it was like quite aggressive and abrasive, if that makes sense. And I thought it looks quite nice on blankets when you have those big defined peaks. So instead of like being curved like this, those I'm talking about are more like this. I don't know if that makes sense. The sharkin border, I'll look that up. Shark. Are you sure it's shark fin? Okay, okay. Shark fin border fiber spider. Okay, no. I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing the shark fin border. Does he have playlists for his tutorials? Let's see. Let's see if he has borders. I'll have to look into that more. I'm so sorry. I know that I'm messy. I know that I'm not being pleasant right now, so I apologize about that. Yeah, but I'm not finding it. That's what I'm saying. I'm on this channel and it's not there. So I'm not finding that right now, so I'll have to look later. Okay, I can't go up in the chat anymore. It's not letting me scroll up, so just a second so I figured that out. I hope you don't lose power either, Granny D. That can be scary sometimes. Okay, so I can't find it right now, but if you have a link, you can like message me somewhere or send it to me by email because right now I'm not seeing borders on his channel. I typed in shark fin border, but there's nothing. It's showing some others of his tutorials, but not that one. And it's showing me shark fins from other people, which look a little bit, yeah, those are a little bit big for my taste. So I might want some that are more spaced out and longer that way, if that makes sense. Because the one I'm seeing are really high, but I want them more spread out, if that makes sense, like this. So that's why I was looking at the triangle pico, is because it uses more space for each peak, if that makes sense. Yeah, no, I think sometimes the search feature struggles with that, Don. Sometimes you search for a thing and other people can't find it. And right now I'm seeing shark finning videos, which are quite awful. And so I don't want to look at that right now. But yeah. And if I type crochet, is it giving it to me? No, it's not. Okay, all I see are shark finning videos right now. Flat crochet border, reverse single crochet edging, no. No, I think I'll stick with the triangle picot stitch. A shell border a little bit too round. Yeah, no, I think it's gonna be the sorry, I have a blank. The triangle picot. It's quite neat, and yeah, we'll see about that. But also, I have it's a plain border of DC, so I could do anything with that, you know. Yeah, it is. No, I'm not doing so great at the moment. I'm being rude to people. Thank you for the thumbs up, everyone. Okay, so I was promising to show you this when I'm done with the yarn spill, so we will show the blanket right now. Just a second. It's difficult to show because it's quite big and I don't have that much space to do it, but I'll do my best. Hold on right now. Okay, so the chair is in the way. I'm sorry, there isn't much I can do about that. I have like about this much space to back my chair into. So I have this little bit of yarn left anyway. This is annoying. Uh, okay. Okay, I'll just pull. Done is it's in a border tutorial with many. Okay, it's a big video then. Yeah, no, I was being rude to Amanda earlier because she asked to see the blanket, and I said no because it was heavy on my knees, and I had a bunch of yarn spill on my desk, so I was mean about that. So I apologize. Okay, so I'm sorry the camera isn't that good, but here is the thing. I wish it showed clearer than this. I'm sorry, I'm struggling right now. It's really heavy. But yeah, this is the blanket right now, and you can see here the border. Right now I'm on the green. So yeah, this is the thing. So it's 4 by 7 squares, and they're a bit smaller than an inch. So that's why I'm adding a really thick border. It's to make it the right size. So okay, uh, uh, this is a workout right now. A good workout. Okay. Well, it's just that I have to explain to people because a lot of the time I say things in a rather intense manner, and a lot of people think I'm angry at them or something because of it. So I prefer to clear that out rather than leave it. So because yeah, I know that a lot of times I'm being rude. So okay, and let's frog this. Yeah, so I'll try to show you what the border I was thinking about looks like because it's hard to figure out a tutorial for this while I'm streaming. So it's like you would skip a few stitches, go in the fourth stitch. Was it in the fourth stitch? And like you would do, I think it was three double crochets, and then you did your picot stitch. Yeah, and then you did 3 double crochets, and of course you can adapt it to the length you want by, so it was skipping 2, I think, not 3. But yeah, if you use treble crochet instead, you could have longer peaks. But here is what it looks like. Quite pretty. And on the front here, that's what it looks like. And it's not too delicate and it's quite bulky, so I like that. So that was my idea. The triangle. It's called the triangle picot stitch. And yeah, I like it. So yeah. Oh, I'm getting tons of messages about the pattern testing I'm doing. So I'm sorry about getting distracted. But yeah, let me show you the color um, which I will be using for those. It's this right here, the darker brown. It's called Briar Smoke. Quite a nice color name if you ask me. So this is gonna be my triangle picot border. If I decide to do that, yeah. So, but yeah, I've always liked the look of very large peaks, very large spikes like that. Going to try to find, always good to have lots of border choices. Thank you. I don't think so, but we are Canadian and have to apologize. Yeah, of course. You want to know how to become a tester? It's very simple. Um, you can either message me somewhere or email me, and I will send the pattern to you. If you have a Ribbler account, I usually do my tests on there, but I can also send you the PDF. So I will talk more about that when I do testings. Right now, I have one test going on for my Santa hat. The person reached back to me and they are almost done with the brim of the hat. And my second tester just completely ghosted me. So I have one tester finishing up right now, and the other one I will never hear from again. So, which is, right now I have that one person. Yeah, yeah, message me on there. Oh, Sawtooth. No wonder I was not finding that. Okay, I will just write it down because I will forget that. Is it like the video? Is it the one called Three Borders Edgings for Granny Squares? Because that's what I'm seeing right now. I'll just open that real quick and pause it and watch it later. But yeah, I will watch that. And yeah, um, I will sift through that. Well, thank you for that. I'll look through that. Okay. Oh no, my hook just slipped. And I'm about to join the last of my skeins. as well and do 3 more rounds. Well, 2 more because I'm almost done with this round. But yeah, so in total it's gonna have 4 rounds of green. I did what you said, leather. I did the brown stripe in the middle larger. So it's gonna have this super large stripe in the middle there, and then a very small dark colored border. So I'm gonna do 1 full round of straight, simple double crochets, and then go in with the fancy border after that. So I think it's gonna look good. I'm excited to finish that thing. I'm so excited. I keep saying it. I keep repeating myself. I am so done with this project. I don't know if you ever feel that, like the very last round is the most excruciating. You just want to get it over with, and you work almost backwards because you're all tired of doing it, if that makes sense. I hurt my fingers now. Oh, by the way, Don, I sent you my address for the sticker giveaway. So if you check your messages on Instagram, you should see mine. I messaged you. So yeah. Just let me know that you got it. Oh no! It doesn't want to work. Well, I guess I don't have a last skein after all. Right now, it is a mess. Okay, we don't have a third skein, people. But I have to. I can't. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to frog everything. Well, everything I did in green anyway. I hate that some of their skeins are wound badly, but some of them were okay. That's frustrating right now. I don't know why they did it that way. Some of them are wound with a center pole and some of them are not. And I don't know how to distinguish from that because they all have the same label. So I don't know. Do you know why brands sometimes do that? It's not like it was stuck or anything. It really doesn't have a center pole. Like the way it's wound is just different from the other skeins. Instead of having the center pole thing, they're doing like the laps like this, the loops going around each other. You were looking through the thousands videos. There's so many. Gotta start food. I will be listening. All right. You sent me a friend request. I will check that right now because I will probably forget. I don't have notifications on. Oh, yeah, I got it. Accept. There you go, I got it. Oh. As you can see, not many people on my Discord yet. It's a very new community. So, yeah, if anyone is on Discord and wants to check out my server, it's a space for neurodivergent people and for crafters of all types. And also, I made a channel to talk about music. Or did I? I don't remember. I think I did. So, for any of my music people out there, I know I have a lot more of them on Facebook, but if any of you are watching here, um, check out my Discord. Yeah. So I have a dedicated channel to talk about music, and we talk about all sorts of arts. So if you make music or if you're just a music fan, you'll be able to talk about that there. So go in from the end. Yeah, I don't like doing that because it's a lot of unraveling and annoying things. Oh, okay, I see what you mean, but that's what I did. I went from the open end, but it's wound differently than the other one. Like, if you look at this one, it's all wound nicely, and there's a center pole in that one, but this one was not wound that way. It's like mixed and matched. I don't know what happened there. I think they might have put it back together or something because it's really wound differently. And even as I'm opening it here, there's nothing in the center that would. But yeah, it wouldn't wanna come out. I think it was messed up during transportation because sometimes when you uh, squish the balls, it messes with the center pole, and it tangles the yarn inside, if that makes sense. But yeah, sometimes when you feel around in there, there's just a what I like to call a wall of yarn, because normally in that more open end you will reach in, like if I do it with this one, well, right now it has the center pole, but if you reach in, you can feel the guts inside, if that makes sense, and you're able to pull from that. But sometimes there's this wall of yarn that I like to call. You feel in there and you just feel a big loop. You took a nap. That's okay, Zach. But yeah, this one is not very well made, so, well, it's okay. I will deal with that later. We have been going for 2 hours. I'm intending on streaming for a while today because I'm tired of doing this all alone by myself, meaning the blanket. I'm tired. See? All tangled up. Ah, ah. You know, a lot of people, when they go in the stores, they squish those balls of yarn to feel the texture, so that messes with the integrity of the skin. It's not watch hours. You don't get watch hours from live streams, you get from replays. If someone rewatches after it's uploaded to my channel, then I get watch hours, but I don't get them for streaming, unfortunately. I don't know why YouTube did it like that, but it has to be public watch hours to count towards the that goal, and to count towards your channel goals. I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure what the logic is behind that. Actually, I'd have to look more into it. I looked at it the other day. My hours are like 77 hours right now, and when I went and did the live stream, nothing got added to that. So yeah, they count the replays, people watching after, like when it's in video format. Yeah, it should be, right? I know. It's just, I think it was because YouTube was trying to restrict something and couldn't figure out what to restrict. It's unfortunate that it doesn't count, but it doesn't. Oh, it's added the next day? Really? Because mine isn't added. I checked like 2 days after that and it wasn't added. Like if I check right now, uh, I should have more hours because someone watched one of my live streams. Let's go to the channel. Where is it? YouTube Studio. Earn. Uh, okay, so I have 85 hours. I should have a lot more because last time I streamed for like 2 hours and I had like 10 people in there. Um, you don't see it in the stats. I wonder why that is. If it gets added a few days later, um, I'm not sure I understand how that works because um, a few days ago I checked after having done a stream and then I rechecked like a few days after and it was still the same number, so I'm not sure. No, I know that I don't see real time. You just said that, but what I mean is I checked a few days after and it was still the same number. So I don't know if it's just because the requirement in different countries are different. I know that the watch time is higher in some places, and it's the same thing on Instagram. Like the goal needed on Instagram is different for different countries to get monetized on there. And in Canada, you don't get monetization on Instagram, and you don't even, I don't know if you get it on TikTok. They might have changed it, but I know that for a while in Canada, you couldn't get monetized on TikTok. Yeah, yeah, they do change it sometimes. I don't know why. But yeah, for a while, some TikTokers got. Yeah, no, I know that. I know that. If I delete something, it obviously deletes the hours. That's why when you want to delete a video and not have people see it, it's better to set it as private instead, so you don't lose the hours. But no, that live I'm talking about, it's still up. It was at the beginning of last week when I checked my stats, actually. But I had 77 hours, and uh, right after that, I did the live stream, and we were like maybe 10 people for most of it. So it should have added more hours than it did. So I'm confused about that because now I'm at 85. So I don't know if it's because I don't know if it's because it takes a few days because that was like 5 days ago now, but we'll see. They count per 15 minutes. Yeah, but um in here we're usually you, Leather, Dawn, and a few other people. So I don't know what's happening with that, really. I'm sorry, I know that I sound rude right now. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just genuinely confused about the number of hours. I'm really sorry. I'll stop talking about that now. I'd rather stop before I make people mad. I'm really sorry. I'm not trying to be mean. I promise. No, I have to take accountability when I say things like that. I appreciate you saying that, but I also don't want to be mean to people, so I'm sorry about that. Um, I'm not sure what else to talk about right now. Uh, I might I might end this because right now I'm being mean to people and I don't like how I'm acting right now, so I might stop streaming. It's not going good. Oh, we have a troll in here. I can't get rid of it because the heart icon is there. Can someone. Okay, there. The troll will be removed. And I also want to. Uh, hide user in this channel. There you go. Okay, so for those who genuinely care, I will answer the question. Um, just for the people who genuinely care, not for the trolls. But I'm not a lesbian. I'm actually bisexual, and I don't identify as a woman either. So good for you, I guess, troll. You get your kicks out of asking questions that are not actually offensive to me. But yeah, I'm bisexual and I'm agender and I use they them pronouns. So not that it's that big a deal, but yeah, I just thought I would say so. So if you're ever like thinking of offending me by talking about that on my channel, you're in the wrong place. It doesn't set me off the slightest. I mostly delete your behind because I want to protect other viewers and other commenters. But yeah, no, you know, I assume this person said that because of my haircut. Really, it. I imagine it's a very lesbian looking hairdo for some reason. You could tell I'm bi. You know, someone told me you were a troll. So, I don't know chicken lips. Hi, Ashley. Welcome. So I apologize for my attitude earlier. I mean, before the troll came in, not the actual troll interaction. But yeah, I know that I came in quite that I came out as quite abrasive, and I want to say I'm sorry for that. I genuinely get confused about stats and such because they are presented in a way that I don't understand and that don't make sense to me. So I just want to say I was not trying to be mean to Amanda, and I'm sorry for that. And for that troll, well, I don't uh actually, Leather, I don't mind talking about that stuff. Just not in a disrespectful manner. If someone is genuinely curious, I don't mind answering their questions about that, because this is an LGBTQ plus friendly channel, and I advertise that freely because I believe that talking about it freely is actually it's helpful sometimes. But when it's for trolling and to get a kick out of people and a reaction out of people, then it's like, you're not gonna get that on my channel. I'm not offended. I like women, I like men, I like people, and I'm a weirdo. I'm not a precise thing that can be easily defined, so I don't take offense to such comments. If anything, that's engagement. Well, I don't like tacos actually. So that's funny. We'll keep you in the troll. We'll keep you in for now. Just because this is starting to be amusing to me. Um I don't like tacos. I have ARFID, and there is a lot of food I cannot eat because of that. And I'm not a big fan of sausage either, because a lot of the time their sausages are too spicy. So, they put usually spices on the meat when they cook them, and so because of that, a lot of sausages I do not like. See, I can play too. Yeah, well, no, I know what that person meant, but I'm not playing along with it. Like, sorry, but you're gonna have to do a lot worse than that if you wanna troll me. Like, calling me a lesbian is not offensive. It shouldn't be offensive because I have a lot of friends who are, and I'm not offended by that. So, um, obviously, that depends, though. They are having a lot of problems in America right now. The LGBTQ plus community, if you want to talk about that, we'll talk about it. I don't mind. But the LGBTQ plus community right now is facing a lot of rebuttal and a lot of judgment from conservatives and people who want us armed and don't have our best interest at heart. And they are trying to hurt us in quite nasty ways. So I'm not quite sure that America loves lesbians, unfortunately. Heck, most genetic females are bi these days. Well, they always were. Yeah, like you said, they always were. It's just more accepted nowadays. And there are cultures in which homosexuality was very open, like, Greeks and Romans and all that. It was quite it was quite the thing back then. It was part of their culture, and they didn't make any big deal out of it. But no, America doesn't love their homosexuals as much as they should, unfortunately. And I think that's a shame. It should be more accepted. Here you see pride flags everywhere, and it's quite cool. I went when I went to Calgary in the airport on the ground, there was this huge freaking pride flag painted. I can show you actually. Okay, let me show you real quick. I have a little folder with my trip pictures. But look at that. That was the ground where I landed in Calgary Airport. Okay, now it's showing my notifications. We don't want that. There. That was the airport, Calgary's airport. And when I saw that, I was like, let's take a picture. That's quite awesome, actually. I don't like the world nowadays. And it's not okay, especially for men. You want to talk about how men are not accepted? Is that what you want? Because I could talk about that for quite a while, my dear. I'm a feminist, so. And you know what? You guys have it kinda good. Of course, we're never gonna dismiss the struggles men go through because it's hard out there, and there are people keeping you guys from expressing your emotions. And well, it's mostly yourselves, but and it's quite bad to be that repressive towards people and to shame them when they try to express themselves. And so that is something bad that's happening to men, of course, but we're not gonna dismiss that, and we're not gonna pretend like you guys don't have huge privilege right now, because you totally do. And when you can come on someone's stream like that and troll them and be disrespectful without consequences, while us, we have to tolerate the BS you're putting us through without complaining and saying anything. Don't say you don't have privilege, because that's a huge freaking privilege right there. If I were to troll someone like that, like, first of all, I would never do that, but you know the amount of trouble I would go through to do that? Like, I would probably get quite bad backlash, and I would get mass reports, and yeah. So next time I do a live, it will be subscribers only, though. I forgot to set that correctly. And then religion happened. Oh, I'm religious actually, so. Oh, I don't mind talking about it, Amanda. Yeah, Christianity messed up the whole world for sure. I don't have anything against Christians. Just saying that in the world, there was a lot of harm done, and we can't deny that fact. Personally, I'm pagan, and I mostly keep to myself, and I don't try and impose my views on other people. I might make specific lives about my pagan beliefs and talk about it in videos or something. I don't know quite yet, but usually one thing that I don't like is when you go with your beliefs to other people and you try to force that on them. Like, if you don't act like I want, that means you're going to hell. Most people don't even believe in hell to begin with. Oh, I can do it now. Okay, I'm gonna be. You're not a troll. Yes, you are. You asked me if since when I've been a lesbian, and then you said a bunch of things about tacos. And Don already told me that you were a troll anyway. So, um, okay, let me just see how. Let me just see where it is right now because the whole page with the settings is there. And okay, public? No. Okay, I want it to be public. That is not what I'm looking at. Yeah, um, and I don't mind you trolling, but do so in a respectful manner. I told Don that I was going to accept trolls as long as they were respectful. And yeah, okay, so minimum subscribe time, we'll put 5 minutes. That's good, I feel like. Okay, so subs only from now on. Okay, I just want to stir the pot. No, it is not. You can talk about anything on that channel, as I've said before, but you could do so respectfully. Like, you can ask me what my identity is and what my sexuality is, and I don't mind answering, but going like, how long have you been a lesbian when you don't even know me? That's not respectful, and I don't appreciate that. So yeah, like, to me, being a lesbian, it is not, it's not offensive, and it's not stirring the pot. It's just, there is a way to talk about that stuff, dear. And I have queer friends. Like, my friend Ian is trans, and we're all very cool about that because we're queer, we're accepting, and some of us aren't queer but are still loving and accepting. And yeah, I don't know if I'm making sense right now, but yeah, this is not a channel where that stuff is gonna be tolerated. So yeah, by all means, talk about it all you'd like. Just remember, don't make assumptions about other people's identity, and please talk about it with respect, and not in a gross way either. The tackle thing was fun because it was fine because it was funny, but by the way, I'm asexual, so no, I don't eat tacos or sausages. Um, actually, don't eat that way. So now you got an answer to your thing in a very direct way. I'm so sorry, guys, about the big tangent about sexuality there. I'm sorry that was quite graphic and extensive. Yeah. Actually, I think the other way around. I think that respect should be given freely and then removed when someone breaks it. So, because I believe that even if you don't know someone, you respect them, if that makes sense. But if someone walks all over you, then they're not worthy of your consideration anymore. So, but yeah, uh, I will talk trolls out. Honest, I might have seen your message. I'm not sure. Somewhere. I missed a bunch of them. Oh, your son is non binary and asexual. That's great. And thank you for being a supportive parent about that. So I could talk about that for as long as you want if anyone has questions, because it's a little bit messy sometimes and difficult to understand for people. So any question people has will be discussed as long as it's, respectful. So I guess so. innocent till proven otherwise. Yeah, I've always liked that mentality, not in the justice system. I mean, more like in general. I'm just nice to people until they're nasty to me. So just because I don't see myself being rude to someone just because I don't know them. So I just respect people by default. And yeah, and people who walk over that, nah, nah. Okay, I feel these coming in. So, do you think I'm getting anything done? I've done not even a round of this blanket while talking to you. Um, I have all this to go before I complete the first round. Yeah. Oh, yesterday I watched a video. It is from Killbot and Gorgor Attack, which is a metal channel, and he was putting his VIP attendance for the Skinny Puppy concert on the last show ever, actually. And I'll link that. Actually, it's a really good video. I advise anyone watch that. It's very heartwarming and adorable and sad too. Ogre told quite a sad story, and yeah, that was quite touching. And I also recommend that guy's channel. It's great. He has a lot of music reviews. But yeah, just listen to the story. Ogre talks about something that happened with the cat when he was young and share copy here. Okay. There. So yeah, anyone, even if you're not a Skinny Puppy fan, you should watch that. It's really sweet. And so Ogre was saying that when he was quite young, there was a mishap with a cat, and now later in life, a little kitty came around, and now he has two cats actually. So cats are released around where he lives by people on their property and left to starve so that they start to chase rodents, and most of the time they enter properties, and that ends up quite badly. So he's adopted one in the past to save her from coyotes and such, and from dangerous wildlife and such. And so he adopted her, and now he's found this little kitty a year ago, and he adopted her as well. Same way, he tried to gain her trust, and he managed to do that, and he felt like that was the universe giving him a break for what happened with that cat when he was a kid. That was really sweet. This is just like very basically telling the story. If something is not your cup of tea or make you feel uncomfortable, change the channel. Yeah, true. It's true. And yeah, I guess you aren't typing. I can't get my hook in my hand. I'm not sure what you're talking about right now. But yeah, I agree with that. It's true. But yeah. Oh, you have six rescues. That's so cool. I love animals, and right now I'm too disabled to care for them. But I used to have three cats. I talked about this already. But yeah, one day I'm thinking maybe if I have the means to do it, I might be a temporary shelter thingies for kittens. you take care of them until they're of age, and then people adopt them. But they like to do that in people's home instead of the shelter, because it's a more at home cozy environment, and that way you can get the kittens socialized. And so yeah, so I might do that. I might become a foster home for kittens. I've been wanting to do that for a very long time. And fostering is a little bit less stressful than having cats forever, because you can take breaks for a while. You can take a batch of kittens, and then when they're all grown up and adopted, you can take breaks when you're overwhelmed. So yeah, that would be more suitable for me. I still want to do something for animals. You're you're talking. I'm typing. Oh, okay. When you crochet, I can type. Unless I shut up. No, you don't shut up. You're not allowed to shut up. Keep keep talking, dear. My nose is wanting to die right now. I'm almost done with the first round, and we have been going for 2.5 hours. And I'm feeling talkative today, so I might go for a while. I'm sorry, I might go on and on and on about things. But yeah, like I said, seriously go watch um that that video I linked, and go subscribe to his channel as well. Uh that guy is cool, and does cool videos about metal shows he attended. And interestingly, he's into Skinny Puppy, which is industrial, but yeah. So he's made quite a few, and he is known and loved by the band as well. Ogre watches his videos, which is pretty cool if you ask me. I would go crazy if Ogre watched my videos, which he probably won't, because I don't think he's into crochet, but therefore I can't crochet. I'm sorry about keeping you from crocheting leather. I'm sorry. I don't get crocheting when you're done when I'm on YouTube. I have to, because I have to send that in. You have two golden retrievers, 1 year apart from same parents. That's cool. Gracie is 19 months and 95 pounds. That's enormous. 7 months and 70 pounds. That's cool. You got your magic circle. Nothing more. Well, at least you've achieved that. I'm sorry for keeping you. I find it funny. So yeah, once I get this sent, like I don't know if you could see if I you see the big white thing next to my love seat over there? My like chair. It's not really a love seat, I guess. It's more of a chair. It's more of yeah, it's more of a chair. But you see the big white thing? That is my AC unit, and in the winter it's not plugged into the window, obviously, because I don't want to die from frostbite or anything like that. But it's giving out air, and so if I direct it towards my blanket, it's gonna blow air in that direction and probably help with the drying process. So that's good. I could put it. I have drying clothes rack over there, so I could manage something. Just elevate it a bit while it's blocking. I have blocking mats and everything, so I could just elevate that and put the AC towards it. So it's hard, isn't it? I'm gonna be making a micro sun bunny because I saw some bunny with you. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, I gotta be creative because this is a rather large piece and I don't know if I have enough blocking mats to block it all in one go. I might have to get up in the middle of the night, which is fine, I have insomnia anyway, so it's not a big deal. No, I've not seen her some bunny, but I have to check that out. Sometimes I let her live run in the background, so when I work on things, most of the time, my ears kind of omit that and don't really pay attention to what I'm watching or listening to because I tend to focus really, really hard on one thing and forget the rest. So I'm sorry. But yeah, I often leave it open and playing. I was doing that on Monday, I think, for a little while. I didn't even tune into Obi Bingo, and I saw that Steven corrected you on the name. That's quite funny. Steven and Matt are so entertaining. I love these guys. But yeah, I didn't tune into the bingo this week because I woke up at 12, bingo had just started, and the time it took me to get dressed and everything, the first card was already distributed, and so I just went back to bed, got lazy a bunch more, and then yeah, I didn't open the app for bingo. Like it was already 7 minutes in. Oh, it was yesterday. I might have heard a part of it. I try to remember to show you what it's like. Yeah, please do. Big hairy socks. We love that. I have big hairy feet, so that would match the socks. No, I'm joking. My feet aren't big, but they are hairy. I'm just joking. So yeah, I got a troll today. Interesting. I feel like it's a big accomplishment as a YouTuber, though. I'm kind of proud and happy. Well, that person has been here before on another live stream, one of my firsts actually. And Don told me, hey, that person is a troll, just letting you know. So, yeah. I don't know if it was that one. I'm pretty sure it was that person. Sometimes I forget who exactly was it, but I'm pretty sure one of them had chicken in their name. I made a top hat. That's cool with a rabbit coming out of it. That's like the trick store that I was talking about earlier. That was the exact vibe of that. The girls are babies and attention hounds. That's awesome. I love dogs. I like big dogs. We had a very, very big dog when I was a kid. A Great Pyrenees. I don't know how that's pronounced, Pyrenees or Pyrenees. Anyway, the mountain dog. that are very, very big, and their fur is all white. And so she was very, very clingy towards myself. I can make some bunnies. Well, right now I have so much things to do that I can't do anything. After I'm done with this blanket, I have two more orders to finish by the end of the week. And then I have to work on a specific commission for a specific person who requested I make their dog, which is happening. That's a beep pattern. Right, yeah. Right now, the only thing that ever gets worked on is orders, orders, and orders. Apart from that little sidetrack that happened last night at like 1 in the morning, where I was trying to embroider a spider on a huge 150 yard, no, it's no, not 150 yards, 1.5 yards. I'm mixing the numbers up again. But yeah, 1.5 yards of cotton canvas. So yeah, so it was just a tiny, tiny spider in the corner. I got through two of the legs and the little things at the top of the head. And yeah, like the mandibles, which for some reason that spider had mandibles that were quite big. Anyway, any case, it was a pre-drawn pattern, so I just copied it um, onto my fabric with carbon paper, and I was doing it in lavender floss, which was color 155 by DMC. If you want to look that up, it's really pretty. So yeah, if you want to Google that color, you will see it's quite nice. So yeah, I was trying to embroider because I did it a lot as a kid, and I lost quite a bit of my skill, unfortunately. Because I was looking at all the embroidered patches I had made over the years, and I stumbled upon one that I had made, which is this one. And I thought it would be nice to try again, so that's why I did that. I'm sorry, I have bubbles. You swapped over to your phone. You lost your skill too. Embroidery is really intricate details. Let me see if I got the pattern yet for my testing. Because Vanessa said she was working. Oh, I got it. Actually, cool. So I finally got the pattern I'm testing. I'm not gonna show you because obviously it's a pattern, and it's not published yet. And so yeah. Oh, and I got the grid. Really cool. Okay, so that's like 30 stitches wide. Neat. It's gonna be a really big scarf actually. That's good. That's great. I was looking for a scarf to make. Oh, oh, oh. Okay. Back. It's last day on 5 day shift. A lot of hours. That's awesome that it's your last day. You'll be able to relax after that, being off for 5 more days. That is awesome. Hopefully, you get some relaxing or some fun stuff in. So, For me, weekends are quite the opposite. I usually get a lot of stuff done because the way Etsy is set up is, um, for example, if you have a 5 day policy, not policy, but like if you have 5 days before sending in orders, it doesn't count the weekends unless you change the settings on Etsy to include weekends as work days. But since Canada Post is closed on Sundays, and even sometimes some of our post offices close on Saturdays, not all of them, some of them are open, but like sometimes they have stricter hours for some reason. Like the one on my street always closes at 5, but the one um, at the pharmacy closes at 9. So yeah, because of that, I work more on the weekend because then I have all my stuff ready for the Monday. So what was I expecting a few days ago? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Same in BC. Yeah, the post hours sometimes they are interesting to say the least. And Canada Post sometimes is interesting. I'll just leave it at that. It's not a bad service by any means, but it is really expensive. And there are companies, carriers that are much cheaper and efficient. So, oh, yeah, no, last time I was waiting to see if I got in or not, but I'm saying that I just received the pattern. I got accepted this morning, so I was happy about that. And that was the colors I was showing you guys earlier because I was just approved to be a tester. And now she finished the pattern and sent it in. So we ship stuff out daily. Oh, you only have Canada Post. Yeah, it's the closest to my home, so it's the one I use because I'm disabled and it's tough. And it costs more to schedule pickups and everything. So it always costs like $3 or something for pickups. So I bring everything to the post office myself, and I have one at like a 2 minute walk from my home. And yeah, everything goes smoothly. Usually, I've not had big problems. So, but it is rather expensive for Canadians anyway. Fun fact: it costs less to ship something from Canada to the U.S. than within Canada. Like if I were to send a package to BC, it would maybe cost me $30 for a package that would cost me $15 to ship to the US. And I'm not even kidding, it's like that. So it's a bit crazy, but what you gonna do when you depend on that service and you don't really have any options? That's what you have to do. So I do appreciate Canada Post's dedication though, and they have really good employees, except that one lady at the pharmacy counter, like Canada Post's booth. Um, she's really mean, and she will scream at you for not knowing things that you just did not know or were aware of, like the functioning of some postal things. But yeah, how do you expect people to know everything? You work there like daily, so you know everything, but people aren't taught those things, you know? But yeah, so I don't go to that one anymore because she was really mean and yelled at me the other day. No, the other time. It was quite a while ago. But yeah, now I just go directly to the post office instead. It's closer anyway, but it's just that when I did my grocery shopping, I would go to the other one, the pharmacy one, and do my pharmacy shopping all at the same time. But I also have another pharmacy not too far from my home. It's maybe a 10-minute walk. So yeah, I'm sorry I'm ranting again about postal services. Uh, but yeah. And look at that, we finished the first round. And right now we have 2 rounds of green. I'm hoping to do 4 total. Hopefully we will have enough yarn. So I'd like to know, uh, anyone else in the chat, what postal services do you have where you live? Well, where you live. I'm guessing most folks in the US will have USPS, of course. What do you use most frequently? I know you have only Post Canada as Canada Post. Anyway, that one where you live, but wondering about the other people. Here I have FedEx, UPS. I don't really use UPS. I think it's quite pricey, and even FedEx is quite pricey. We have Pure Later, but it's quite pricey as well. And I could use one of those smaller companies that are really, really cheap, but I've heard bad things about those and people having problems with them. So, no. Yeah, right now I'll stick to Canada Post. At least I know they deliver reliably, so they deliver reliably. I've not had anything. I've had one package returned because um, the person didn't gather it from their post office, which is in Europe, and she didn't get her order. She didn't go get it at the post office, so it was returned to me. But other than that, I've not had any problems at all. So yeah. All right, so we're very close to the 3 hour mark. Mm. Still gonna stream for a little while. I'm not sure how long. I might just um get going on that um on the round I'm at right now, and we will see. I'm sorry I felt the urge to sing right now. I have my little phone next to me with Skinny Puppy playing. So yeah, I quite like the border. Do you think it looks nice with those colors? I don't know, it looks a little bit plain to me, but yeah, that's why I was hoping to add a little bit of bumpiness to the last round. Like the triangle, pico stitch. 'Cause, 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 'c because right now it's kind of blocky and I want to break that a little bit. Oh, yeah, when it comes to mental health, sometimes I get in this weird space where I feel apologetic about everything, and it's kind of what I'm in right now because recently I've had a few interactions on Facebook and people thought I was rude. So someone was telling me if you're allergic to things, do this and do that, and stop using this, stop using that. And I just said to her, no, I know it's not that because I've been using that consistently without any issues. And she was like, oh, sorry, just trying to help. Super offended. And she was like, good luck. And, you know, like she was just super offended. And I was like, but what did I say? I was just saying that it's not the problem I'm having. And so I felt really bad about that. And even after I apologized, she just, um, hi, Michi, welcome in. Oh, you have work. I'm sorry to hear that. We're all with you, though. And so, yeah, she was mad at me or offended, or I'm not sure exactly what. I don't want to speak for her, but like she was displeased with the interaction. So I'll just put it like that, as not to put words in her mouth, but she just went, well, good luck, and then left. So I felt quite bad about that. So there's no reason for that. Yeah, I know, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that in a bad way. I'm just trying to explain that I've been having interactions go wrong a lot lately, and I've been struggling with that. Yes, I have an email. Uh, just a second, I'll put that in the description, and I'll put it in the chat as well because I think it doesn't update automatically. Just a second, I'll type that out. Sometimes it might take me a while to see my emails just because this is my second email account and I don't get notifications for it, but I will usually see them. So you get decent discounts for shipping. Yeah, I'm part of their small business program. I'm in their small business program. I have my card and everything. So it's cheaper for me than most users. Differences of opinions. Yeah, but it happens to me frequently. People often assume I'm being rude, and so I'm trying to change that because I often come across as rude and I never had those intentions. And then people that I cared about leave me and everything. And sometimes it's quite isolating, and I've been struggling with that a lot. Like on the video that I shared earlier, I put a comment to say just saying like it's a very emotional story. I just put a heart and a crying emoji. Like I said, the cat story, and I put a crying emoji and a heart because it was really touching. And the guy was like, well, they are animal lovers, they were just kids. Like he said that, and he was I think he was kind of mad about my comment, and I was like, but that's not what I meant. I've been a fan of Ogre for years, and I don't feel any type of bad way about him at all, but that's how I came across, and so I felt bad for that because that's not what I was trying to do at all. But then after that, people leave the conversation and they don't check back on that. So then you end up leaving a bad impression, and I just don't want to hurt people in my community. Do use it, and it's great for insurance too. Yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah. I have the little business card with my name on it and everything. Well, my company name, my small business name. I'm sorry, I'm struggling with that word right now. But yeah, yeah, that is if you need to get things off your chest. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Leather. If you wanna ever talk voice being in CA, I can call free. I don't have a phone service because I'm too poor, but we have Discord for that. Discord has a voice chat and it has a voice channel. I think I even have the voice channel in my server. Yeah, yeah, I have Discord. But yeah, I don't have a phone because I'm too poor at the moment. It was a lot to pay for a phone and internet and all other services all at once. So yeah, and right now I have a lot of debts to pay back. So I'm not gonna get a phone until that's resolved. I had free I used to have free calls all over Canada as well because I was with Kudo, but now Kudo will not have me back because I owe them like $300. So yeah, no phone service for me. I'm gonna get on the same company as my internet provider just because right now that's the only company that will have me. Because for all the other ones, you need to be pre approved with credit, and my credit is bad. So they're, they've done that only this phone because my mom gave it to me. Yeah, uh huh. Well, thank you. Right now, I like bitching about it in my YouTube on my YouTube channel as well. Sometimes it's a bit cathartic to complain. But I've privated the lives I've done it on, though, because I don't want that to be the main point of my channel. But because I know that I complain a lot, but yeah, I just believe in a way that people could talk freely about that stuff and not have it be a big deal and be so off putting to people. Like, just talk freely about problems without it being shameful or anything. And so that's why I do that. And sometimes I know that's not for everyone, but yeah, even like today, I had another miscommunication mishap on that particular subject. I was talking about the fact that with ADHD, I sometimes forget to breathe, and the guy was like, "Yeah, you're just making up excuses." Well, I can't help it if I forget to breathe. I can't force my brain to think that way. It it's just I'm wired like that. I'm not making excuses. I just sometimes I have to remind myself to take a breath because I get out of breath. Like if I'm very passionate about a subject or something. But I was not trying to be any kind of weird or mean about it, but I guess that's how he perceived it. But yeah, so yeah, that stuff always happens to me. I don't know why. I don't know how to talk so that people are not constantly mad at me or that they feel hurt by my words. So right now it's something I struggle quite a bit with. Because yeah, at some point, yeah, I do want to be myself and talk about things and all, but I also want to be mindful of that. Because it's one thing if you have misunderstandings once in a while and some people don't like you or whatever reason. I'm sorry, it's itchy right now. But yeah, it's one thing if one or two people misunderstand you or if you have a few problems here and there, but for me it's a daily issue, so that happens to me every day. So there must be something I'm doing wrong to set off so many people so frequently, and I've been feeling really insecure about the way I talk, specifically because of that, because I get in a lot of trouble online with people, so if that makes sense. I always try to be mindful of the way I talk to people, but sometimes it gets really heavy because I'm not being spontaneous or what's the other word? Like I don't feel like, oh, authentic. I don't feel like I'm being authentic, but when I am authentic, I hurt people. So I don't know what the best option is here. There must be some kind of compromise that I can do so that I don't make people uncomfortable all the time. I'm sorry, I know this is a bunch of long nonsense. My water bottle is almost empty. Mm. So, what is everybody gonna eat for dinner? I made a bunch of rice. I might go to see if the grocery store has nice sales or something, discounts or something. It's been a few days since I checked. I try to go frequently and buy only very small amounts of things. So, like, I'll go one time, spend $15, then I'll go back and see if they have new things because it's not a weekly thing for them. They get um, products that are about to go bad, and then they have very big discounts on them, but they get shipments quite frequently, so that's why I go often. So yeah, I have a bunch of rice that I made, so I'm gonna be having that for dinner. Actually, already getting hungry, and it's not even dinner time yet. Like it's only 3. Um, I usually eat plain rice. Um, Sometimes I would add tomatoes or ham or something or chicken to my rice. Soy sauce. Do I like soy sauce a lot? It's one of my favorite things actually. But right now I don't really have money, so I only have plain white rice. So that's what I've been eating for the past few days. I've had sandwiches a few days ago. I'm out of bread. I'm out of meat as well. So yeah, but there is a way to make rice delicious. So That's what community is for. Yeah, of course. And I want to pride myself on offering a community that is supportive and loving for everyone, and being part of one as well, and doing what I can. But I also don't want to over complain, because I know that sometimes I've been going quite heavy on that. But yeah, this is a very loving community on YouTube. I'm happy to be um sorry. Ouch. Back hurts. Ah, I got a big knot on my back from sitting the same position for too long. Okay, I don't remember where I was going with this. Do you get like a knot right there on your back? Like right under your ribs? That's what I'm having now. Or you're on the phone with Walmart. Yeah, sometimes pickup orders are annoying. I'm sorry you had to deal with that. Yeah, I was just ranting about a bunch of Facebook problems that I was having with people, and then I talked about what I'm gonna eat for dinner. I was talking about having rice for dinner, plain white rice. I know that sounds very boring, but I like it actually. For autistic people, that can be just as perfect as anything, really. But yeah, uh, but yeah, we're talking about dinner right now. So if you have anything planned, let us know. It sounds like I'm saying "let it snow," but I'm not. I promise. Ham jambalaya, I think, is what we might have. That's cool. Ham is so good. I like ham. My dad would cook a huge freaking ham, and then we'd have some for days. Why do kitty cats always want to lay on the yard? Because it's cozy. It's cozy and nice and fluffy and soft. That is why. Good kitty, good kitty. I miss my kitties. I told this story already, but when I met Ogre the second time, he told me about his cats, because where I was staying, there was a kitty, and she spent the whole night on me, purring and sleeping on me, and I couldn't get comfortable, so I didn't sleep for most of the night, because you don't bother a sleeping or purring cat. Like, it's a rule, you're not allowed to displace or misplace or uh, take the cat off of you if it's purring or sleeping. And so I was just lying there very uncomfortable, and so I was talking about that to Olger, because he was asking how I was doing with my flight and everything. So I went like, "Oh, I'm fine, just very tired, blah blah blah, because the cat, blah blah blah." And he went like, "Oh, don't I know it? My two cats like to sleep on me and not let me get comfortable." And he was annoyed with his cats for it. And I was just like, "That's so funny." Trying to I'm picturing Ogre trying to sleep with his two cats not letting him sleep. And then he did a gesture which was so weird and hilarious, but made me feel so awkward. I'll tell you in just a second. I just have a tangle here to get rid of. Yeah, you don't move them. You put your Facebook groups private to keep the drama out. Yeah, but no, this happened on my own profile, my personal profile. That's where the problems are arising. Like on my posts, people comment stuff, or when I comment on their stuff. and then there's misunderstandings, and a bunch of people are upset to me about that. So yeah. Uh, and to be honest, at times I'm a bit tired of always paying attention to how I talk to people, but I also want to acknowledge that I hurt their feelings. You're gonna send a quick video on Discord. Yeah, I want to see that. I love kitties. When you try to move her, yeah, I want to see that whenever you can, like, whenever you want, always send cat videos. You can also, do I have a pet channel right now? If not, you could put that on the general channel. Or if you just want me to say it, to see it, feel free. Okay, yeah, I have a dedicated pet channel if you ever have photos or something. But yeah, okay, more on what Ogre was saying. So he was saying, oh, yeah, they always sleep on you all the time, and it's always this area, isn't it? Like moving his hand very close to his crotch. And it was just like, no, please, Ogre, don't do this to me. I don't want to see that. It was just the gesture was very, very close to that area. And I was just like, you're killing me right now. I tend to get quite uncomfortable very quickly with things like that. Not that he did anything bad, it's not his fault, but like that was just funny. So uh yeah, Don, oh my. And it's especially because Ogre looks the way he looks. Not to be impolite or anything, but Ogre could be a model, and he would be very successful because, gosh, that man is handsome to an extent that it's not even funny. He makes me cry for looking the way he does. And so I was just like flustered and uncomfortable. She doesn't know how to meow. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, I don't know what Ogre eats to look like that, but god damn it. I was so happy that he didn't have his hat last time I saw him, because then I got to see his eyes. It was one of the main things I wanted, is to see his eyes well, and so I'm happy he didn't wear his hat. For a few nights in a row, he didn't actually, because he got a new haircut. But yeah, it was very cute with short hair, no hat. True, true, true. Ogre is like my ideal man. I'll show you what I mean. Um, okay, I don't even have photos that are clear enough to show. Now it's just pictures of him looking very silly because he's making faces on stage. But goodness, that guy wears gray hair so well. Uh, I hate the fact that it's weird for me because I'm a young person and I'm just like, what? That guy is 61 and I drool all over his pictures. So it's weird. Mm. Okay, I just have the VIP pics where he's not making silly faces. Oh, I don't have pictures where you can see his face well. Oh, I know that's sad. I wanted to show you. Ogre with the gray hair. It's actually kind of normal. Yeah, I know. Um, but what I mean is like, yeah, but yeah, he's handsome, handsome ogre. Tried to join your Discord. The link didn't work. Oh, um, hold on. I will. I'll put it in the chat. Do you have a Discord account? You have to move. Oh no, poor cats. Does it work now? Do you have access to the link? If not, copy paste that in the browser because um I don't know, there might be some issue going on because people have been finding it. So just let me know if the link in the chat works. Right now is Burnt with Water playing. Yeah, I'm gonna look at your videos later. Oh my goodness, your cat has such beautiful eyes. That green. Yeah, I'll watch the video later, but so cute. I hear cats right now in the streets or something. I'm not quite sure. It may be because we're talking about them. They're hearing us and they are um, letting their presence known. What would life be without kitties? Kitties are life. I put a very long message in the Facebook group about Ogre's cat story because it reminded me a lot of. Oh, you're downloading the app now. Okay, good. Let me know if it works out. Uh, but yeah, I wrote a very long message in the Skinny Puppy Facebook group about my own journey with cats because a lot of it made me think about my own thing. A lot of what Ogre said. He was saying that he was covered in scars trying to befriend this little feral kitty. Yeah, and that he eventually got her to trust him, which is awesome. But when I went to my father's last time I went, it didn't go well at all. By the way, I won't go into too much details because it's a very intense story, and I don't really want to discuss that in length. But basically, my dad had a cat in the garage, which was a feral cat he adopted, and I tried to gain his trust. He scratched the hell out of me. I have a few scars, and I have a big scar on my hand. It's not gonna show on camera because my camera isn't that good, but here I have a big scar. You might see the difference in color a little bit, but I can see it quite well. But every time I look at it, it's a reminder of that cat. Now he's passed away, but yeah. Um, and it's a reminder of that weird time I spent at my dad's. I've not gone back since, but yeah. And so, yeah, sometimes that can be a little bit tricky. I accepted invite, just waiting to download. Okay, good. Welcome to the server. Feel free to discuss anything. I have dedicated channels for almost every topic, so And as more people join, I will add more topics. Yeah, I don't have server roles set up right now because we're not a community server, we're just a small server. If more people join, that'll change and it will be a little bit more built, if that makes sense. But yeah, this great kitty, she's a feral cat. Yeah, some ferals get adopted easily and uh, can befriend humans quite well, but others struggle with that a little bit. Some of them will never get accustomed to humans. It's really hard to get a feral cat to trust you, especially if it's never been around humans. Sometimes you have strays that are not feral and that are very they're accustomed to humans but not being close to them, and those you can befriend and kind of teach how to be around humans without hurting each other, if that makes sense. But yeah, a feral who has been living in colonies and has never interacted with humans in their young time, that is tough. It's very tough to get it to trust people. So yeah, I know quite a bit about cats. Yeah, it was like poor ogre getting beat up by this small kitty. That's funny and also a bit sad. But now it's all right. He got the kitty to trust him and to come home with him. So that worked out well, I guess, you know. I will post videos in the public space. Yeah, by all means do. Yeah, my kitties were pretty tame, pretty much socialized. The two younger boys I got when they were kittens. I could show you. Um, Scratchy, scratchy nose. I'm also allergic to cats. Okay, kitties, kitties. With my friend's cat's pictures. Those are both of them, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. But yeah, I got them when they were little kittens and they were so sweet. A little bit anxious, but really good cats. Look at that. Look at that face. Just destroying the chair behind him. Little mischief in a ball of fluff. This is Mr. Hyde, and yeah, living up to the name. I love this little boy. So cute. But yeah, when I got these babies, you know, like baby kittens, they're like little toddlers in your home and they destroy everything they come across. And so, yeah, they're very active. And so that was interesting. But they were very cuddly as well. So, little baby kittens, do make sure that your security in every channel is locked and tight. Actually, at the moment, I think everyone can invite because it's not a public server; it's a private server. It's not a community server yet. It's just a private server. So there are things I cannot set up like this. Um, Let me just check real quick. Overview. I'll remove system messages because no. Okay. Let's see. No, I don't want system messages. Save. Okay. Moderation maybe? Medium. Right now, people have to be registered for longer than 5 minutes. Um, but yeah, there are a bunch of. Yeah, I want it to be open to everyone for now, but yeah, if it becomes a bigger community, then I will set it to be a community server and all the security will be at its highest. But right now we're like 6 or 7 members, so it's not that big of a concern to me yet. But yeah, I will set that up as soon as it's the case. Like if I see more people joining, I will make everything locked very tight. Okay, I got a bunch of messages on my testing conversation right now, and I'm being notified for that every 5 seconds. Um, but yeah, I might end the live and start dinner soon. Um, just maybe a few more thoughts to end the video or the live. Yeah, well, you're welcome to invite people in. But yeah, as I can see, I think that to remove free invites, I have to be a community uh, server. Like, I can't have roles and dedicated announcement channels yet either because of that. Yeah, no, I'm aware of all that. It's just that, yeah, since it's a very small community, it's not that big of a concern to me. But if more people join in, like right now it's just a bunch of us from my YouTube channel, um but if more people start to join and we get trolls, of course then I will be able to lock that very tightly and leave the trolls out. But yeah, like that chicken guy, if that chicken guy tries to join my Discord, uh, we might um, not be very welcoming, if I can say it like that. Because I don't mind a few trolls on YouTube, but yeah. Uh, I'm sorry, I'm struggling with the talking right now. But yeah, because when you set up a Discord server, there's a bunch of settings you can play with and everything, but you know when you have an announcement channel and then a rule channel and roles choosing and everything, and then you have specific icons for each of them. Well, to do that, you have to be a community server, which is bigger, but the problem is they filter every message on the board, so people are required to be careful about what they post on the Discord. You know that chicken dude? Yeah. But yeah, you're required to enable a filter that filters every message on the board, and it restricts it to only PG material, like safe for work stuff. And so you can set up a not safe for work channel, but then the rest of the server has to be all nice and clean, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's another concern of mine. I don't want people to feel like they can't talk about certain topics, especially since we're a neurodivergent community. Uh, I have a bunch of, unless I make all my neurodivergent channels 18 plus, I could do that. But yeah, I want it to be a space where we can be a little bit spicy, if that makes sense. But yeah, if more people join, that will change, of course, because if I have minors on my server, I want them to be safe. But you know, right now we don't have any minors though. It's just a bunch of us from YouTube. We have 6 people, and yeah, I think that I'm the youngest person on there, to be honest with you. You could set up just some channels. Yeah, I know that. But what I'm saying is, since it's a neurodivergent friendly space, a lot of talk about mental health is not considered safe for work and will be filtered out by Discord. So I would have to set all the neurodivergent channels and the mental health channels to 18 plus. So yeah, unless I make a PG version and not safe for work version. But my main concern right now is I want those specific channels to be open to everyone. But yeah, I could make separate spaces for all of them, but I've not figured that out yet. Uh, I will look into that in the future. Right now, I'm quite busy with stuff, so that will happen sometime in the future. And when the community grows, we're gonna need to have mods as well, because I'm not sure I can do that all by myself. It's quite extensive. I think you might be, but I think no, I think I have some older people. uh I'm not quite sure, but I'm 30 and I think I'm the youngest there. So yeah, but yeah. Also, my main concern with getting mods is getting the right people, because right now, um, when you have a very small community and it's just starting out, the concern is that you want to know your mods very well, and you want them to have been a part of it for a while before, and we're just 6 people, so it's not really any kind of trouble for me moderating at the moment, because it's very we don't even really have any messages going on the board right now, on the server. But yeah, I don't know if I'm making any sense, but it's just something that I'll have to figure out as I go. I created this server a few months ago, but it's not been active, and it's only recently that I started advertising it here. So yeah, you'll start chatting. That's great. Sometimes I can be a little bit chatty, um, quite a bit actually. You might see I'm intense at times. As I'm sure you can see from my YouTube channel anyway, but this is taking forever. Look at that. I'm only um like maybe 1/5 of the way through the third round of the green. Yeah. Right now it's a struggle. I tend to be a chatter. That's cool. That's okay. I don't shut up either. I do I ever shut up? I don't think I ever do, to be honest with you. I'm what's the name? Blabber mouth. I'm not quite sure. The people on other servers wish I would stop, but I never stop talking. Like I'm part of a pagan Discord server, and the people in there are so tired of hearing me. They are exhausted with me, and yeah, I don't even think I'm still welcome there, to be honest, because I've been quite intense. But yeah, yeah, people on other servers think I'm a little bit too chatty, and now I have my own server, so I can chat as much as I want. That's the being neurodivergent. Yeah, I do that more. I do that as well. I do the wall of text thing. But yeah, once I reach 4 hours, I'm gonna call it quits and go eat because I'm starting to be a little bit hungry. But I still got a ways to go before that happens, 20 minutes or so. Actually, my belly is starting to sing, so I forgot to put a stitch marker. Oh no! Where were you? Now you have to count everything. I hate that when that happens. It happens to me quite a bit as well. And then I just frog everything and start over again. Because I'm lazy. I prefer starting again than counting everything. That's gotta be next level laziness, right? How much do I still have to cover for that side? Okay, about 2 squares. That's not too bad. It's that stupid yarn spill right there. Okay, I'll do this. I'll do that bunch, and then after that, I will go eat. That's alright. I haven't been able to get that far. Yeah. Now I have to make a second one. Oh my. Repeating things over and over again. Remaking the same. Oh yeah, I won yarn chicken with the brown. The color stripe right before that one I'm working on now. I got I finished it with that that much yarn left. Well, a little bit more than that, but yeah, I have it here actually. Uh, this is what I want yarn chicken with. This is all that's left of the brown. Cool, right? Oh, there's a bit of sand color in there, but yeah, that's my win. Yep, yep, it is. You're making ears, but yeah, so that was quite fortunate. I was worried that I wouldn't, and then I'd have to frog an entire round, but I didn't. So I was quite happy about that. And then I think I might stop after 3 rows of the green and just be too annoyed to do it. So I'll be at 46 inches and I need 48 inches. If I manage to do four rounds of green and then the dark brown, I'll be at exactly 48 inches. I don't know. My body is telling me I'm hungry, but my butt doesn't want to lift itself from my chair. I think I'm gonna freestyle ears. Oh, you don't like the pattern? That's okay. Sometimes freestyling works very well. I freehand a lot of my work. This kitty here, that is all freehand. Cute, right? Just a second. Things are falling off my desk. But yeah, this is all freehand, and I think it's quite cute. Wow. Okay, I'm struggling with the yarn. No, stop! Stop struggling! Definitely take full pictures. Yes, I will. Don't worry, before sending it, I will be taking pictures and posting them and showing them all over. It's the same shape as the monkey. That's great. Yeah, my thumbs are really achy right now. So, and oh boy, when I put this down, it is going to be such a mess because I have a big bunch of yarn over there that came out of this cane, and I still have to untangle all of that, but I have to put the blanket away to eat because my roommate took over the whole dining table. Oh, my roommate did something I am so mad about. He clogged the kitchen drain, the kitchen sink, and it's like bleh. It's got lots of food and stuff. I told him don't put food inside there. Put them in the garbage first, but he doesn't listen, and so my whole sink is clogged right now. And oh, this morning when I got up, the door fridge was fully opened. Like there was light in there, people, light, like it was open, and so I was mad. I keep telling him, I told him 20 times, I tell him over and over, close the damn fridge door, but he leaves it with this little crack, just this little crack. But it lights up and it's open, and that uses up electricity. And then I'm the one who has to pay extra for that because it's in my name. And in the arrangement we have, he owes me only a certain amount per month. And I cannot modify that unless I have like a specific number of days of notice. So yeah, I don't remember what the exact law is about that. When you have an arrangement for rent, I have to look that up to make sure because I really want to charge him those extra dollars for electricity. But yeah, when you live with someone, it's hard to determine exactly how much electricity everyone uses, if that makes sense. But come on, like leaving the fridge door open every day, that's gotta be using up quite a bit, you know? Alright, so I'm gonna be reading the comments for a while. Send couple pics and less commission on their crochet Discord. Awesome. I will be looking at that. Oh, oh, this is heavy. Look at the back. Like, look at how these squares are. It's kind of a big spiral. I like, I like that. Oh, I'm sorry. Burps. All right. I lost my needle. Okay, it's there. There we go. It's gonna be putting that back in the skein because it fits now. Just until I work on this again to keep it safe, so it doesn't tangle anymore. But there you go. Oh, huge weight lifted on my shoulders there. So now I will let you all go and I will eat because I'm hungry and probably do some I will probably do some curses and things on my roommate for leaving the fridge door open and clogging the sink. But yeah, thanks everyone for joining and for hearing all my rambles and my rant and my venting. And thank you everyone for being so supportive and for being here. I appreciate all of you so much. And bye everyone. I hope you have a good dinner. You wish you got hungry. We'll talk about that another time. Yeah, I want to know. Did you get captured by the fair or something? I'm joking. I'm joking. But thanks, everyone. And bye. I'll probably be streaming tomorrow or later this week. So you have a good day and we'll talk later. Bye. Bye, everyone.